Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a 1 versus 5 and we've got a really special one right now because I'm actually playing against 5 brothers. I was just on voice chat with them. Seems like a really nice group of guys and they're getting together over the holidays here and they're challenging me to a 1 versus 5. They're not feeling very confident. They give themselves like a 10, maybe a 5, maybe a 20. The most optimistic out of them said a 20% chance to beat me in this game, but they thought it could be a yearly kind of, ritual where every year they try to challenge me around the holidays and see if they can get better and snag a win. Let's see how they are right now. I'll go ahead and show you guys the team. So starting off with my team, it's just me, standing at 2700 elo, rank 14. Not the craziest stats ever. My opponents, Jake Demi, sitting at 600 elo, 08. Luke Demi, sitting at 779 elo. Demi Duo around 800. Zack Attack around 800 for the team game. And then King Noah around 800, which is the only solid 800 because he's got a good amount of games played. So essentially, it's King Noah at an 800 elo and the other 4 that are basically brand new beginners that don't play ranked. However, there's 5 of them and they have that family bond being brothers and they're on voice chat. So you know what? This could be a pretty tough game and let's go ahead and hop right in. Everything is in their favor. They've got 5 players. I'm random Civ. I have no extra population. It's 1,000 pop to 200 pop. And let's see how it plays out. Let me drop a good luck, have fun. And then depending on my civilization, I can, think of a game plan or do something, basically. And we got the Malians, which I'm really happy about because I basically never play the Malians for these kind of games. So let's try it out. 1v5. Been a while since I've done one of these. Normally it's a 1v4, like a 2v4 or something like that, at least lately. But let's go ahead and run it here. They got Franks, Persians, Britons, Goths, and Incas. My goodness, I feel like, you know what it is? They're on like the starter pack civs. Like they're on like the basic beginner civs, except King Noah, who whipped out the Incas. That guy's like, got something special for me here. So let's see how they perform. I think this is going to be a really cool video because it's going to kind of showcase where players, start out the game. How would a beginner player go about taking on one of the best in the world? And they've got fair chances because, I mean, it's 5 of them at the end of the day. So they asked me, who do you think is going to win? I said, listen, I'm the favorite probably, like, percentage-wise. I'd probably win these games more often. If we played, like, 10, maybe I'd win, 6, 7, or 8 times. But I did tell them, I think they have reasonable chances. And if they coordinate well and they do some cool plays together, I could easily get overwhelmed just by the sheer amount of them. And then, of course, in late game, no matter how good I am, it's always going to be 1,000 pop to 200, so it gets a little bit complicated for me the longer the game goes. And with all that said, let's go ahead and hop right into this game and think of a strategy. I'll remind you guys to like the video, maybe subscribe if you guys haven't already. And let's do this. Malians for me. They've got a lot of solid civilizations. Not too scared of the Goths, though. I'm not going to be on very many archer units to the point where their infantry scares me, like the husk roll and stuff. I'm probably going to be mostly on cavalry or Gibetto. I guess it's going to be my 2 units of choice. But I'm thinking Gibetto can be pretty interesting as far as like a unit to go for. It's a very strong unit. I'm actually tempted to go for a fast castle straight into the Gibettos. I'm not sure how that would play out. Maybe if I do the castle right away, it leaves me a bit too vulnerable in terms of economy. But if I open 3TC first and then go for the castle, I think that could be somewhat legit. That could be an interesting idea. Now, really, the question is whether I think I'm confident enough to just go for a pure boom opening versus 5 players. The upsides of going for a boom opening is I can kind of dictate the pace of the game. Once I get going with my economy, once I defend a bit, I'm going to be strong enough to where I can, really start sending units in multiple directions and putting pressure on them. But the downside is I leave myself vulnerable for the first few minutes while I set up the boom. So I'm not sure exactly how I want to go about this. On the other hand, if I just open the castle right away, then I have a chance to do some, potential game-ending damage right away to a couple of them. But it leaves me very economically underdeveloped. And so some of the ones that survive can actually end up snagging an economy lead over me and potentially get too far ahead to the point where I can't keep up. So there's pros and cons to the builds here, to my options. And I don't really want to play a straight up game where I open scouts, because if I open scouts, I actually leave myself a little bit vulnerable to just getting overwhelmed by a lot of their units. It doesn't give me a castle, and I could just end up getting stuck on knights versus like camels and a bunch of pike civs like Incas, Goths, a lot of pike civs there. So playing only knights could actually be quite tricky. Listen, I'm leaning towards more the fast castle approach. Who's hitting me? Ah, here it is. Okay. Got a couple scouts. I wonder if they're gonna hit my Vil. Technically, it's forbidden in Dark Age, but I didn't communicate that, to be fair, to these guys, so I'm gonna let that slide. I'll just run back. Maybe I'll bait him into the TC. Oh, wow, he's pretty good. That, I've never seen a beginner player run back from the TC range. Normally they come and eat it like they've never eaten before. Taking some pressure here. It's okay. Honestly, I don't mind that they're attacking me in Dark Age. You know what? Maybe that's another advantage kind of in their favor. But maybe I should get Loom here just in case. Kind of doubting if this fast castle is going to work if they're playing this aggressive already. But again, I'm pretty sure if I just open scouts, it's not going to do too hot. I think this is the strongest point, though, to be fair. The Dark Age. Yeah, getting Loom is a smart call. The Eagle's the scariest. This is kind of fun, actually. This is kind of fun. I like what they're throwing my way here. Like I said, normally it's forbidden, but I like that they're going for it. Might as well. They weren't feeling very confident, so I think they were really trying to think of anything they can do to try to, you know, throw me off my game. And fighting me with the scouts definitely a good way to go about that. I feel like they practiced that, by the way. I feel like that was practiced because I swear to God, new players don't keep the scouts alive like they're doing. I could be wrong about that, but that's a strange phenomenon there, what just happened to me. Yeah. I'm trying to wall up a little bit, though. Here we go. Not the safest thing ever, but it's a pretty late fast castle, but again, I think it's not the worst approach. And I could just go with a boom plus defensive siege and then go to stone a bit later. I think that's a pretty good approach here. Again, if I go scouts, I'm not really feeling it too much. And if I go archers, Malians are not the craziest archer civ. Normally when you play archers in a game like this, you're kind of stuck on archers like all the way up to Imperial Age. And so I felt like it's not the best opening with the Malians. So honestly, coming up with this fast castle, I feel pretty good. I think I survived the heat of their aggression. Because now, you know, they have Feudal Age, but a lot of reduced HP on the scouts and whatnot. I think I killed a couple of them. And I didn't lose a single Vil, so a lot of my Vils are low HP, but all of them still working. Which reminds me of that video that I uploaded a while back, maybe a few months ago, titled Why Pro Players Fight Back with Villagers. And it's a really important video to understand. It just kind of shows what's going on in this kind of game. A lot of players would just run, you know, not punish the scouts at all. But pro players almost always fight back with villagers. And so my weak Vil here, 2 HP, can still work perfectly efficiently. Like nothing wrong with them, actually. And their scouts being on like 1 HP is a lot less of a threat to me. So fighting back with my Vils actually does a whole lot for me in this kind of situation. Street's pretty much done. Got 2 Vils coming out. Send them to wood. Here I can make a house when these Vils are done. Yeah, excellent. bid axe right away, of course. And this is perhaps a little strange for them. They're probably expecting me to go a lot more aggressive than what I'm doing at the moment. But fair enough. You know, playing a little slow here. I wonder if he's going to tower me. This King Noah guy is dangerous. He's the strongest player on their team. And I know 800 elo sounds low, but when you have a team of 5 players and their captain's 800 elo, all of a sudden it's not looking too bad. You know what I mean? The 800 elo is actually quite knowledgeable in comparison to the rest of the guys here. And I have to say, I haven't commented on this, but I love the fact that they're playing as brothers. Reminds me of how I grew up as well. It's the exact same thing. We're 4 brothers. They're actually 5. I was telling them they one-upped me in the household. But yeah, we grew up as 4 brothers just playing and enjoying Age of Empires. And to this day, my brothers still play on a very, very casual level. Like very occasionally, maybe some campaigns. One of my brothers watches Spirit of the Law, for example. But doesn't really play himself. So yeah, it's very relatable, I suppose. Me and their situation here. And I love to see that. It's good brotherly bond. Just to play some video games every now and then. Why not? It's like the modern day sport. Except you don't have to leave the house. It's so much more convenient. I'm looking at my TCs. Maybe one here, maybe one here. Going 3 TC right away. I don't know. It's a bit risky. Maybe even a little disrespectful to my opponents. Disrespectful in the sense that I don't think they can punish me for it. And I could be proven wrong, but if I get away with it, and it's a pretty slow castle age, normally on like arena you hit like 14-minute castle age, but here of course with all the walling, you know, it's normal to go up a bit later. And we're just gonna go for a boom. And like I said, boom into probably Gibero, but I wouldn't mind cavalry units as well. So the arguments for Gibero, it counts as Incas and Goths for the most part. It's very good against those Civ. Against the generic units that those civs usually go for. But then it's very weak against something like Britons, very weak against something like Persians and Franks. So against those I might need some cavalry and maybe even some camelry. So we'll see. But we are targeting some economy upgrades first. Which I think is the right call. If I haven't gotten punished to this point, it's very worth. Like, in my opinion, the FC already paid off here. So let me explain to you how this works. They're still Feudal Age, so they have 5 players, correct? Each of them has 1 town center. I'm only 1 player, but now I have 3 town centers. So essentially, I count, and this is like a very rough idea, but I count as 3 players right now in comparison to my opponents until they get extra town centers of their own. The way they can nullify this, though, is if they just attack me, idle my villagers, or if they, you know, just go up to the castle age and start adding in town centers themselves, then I no longer count for 3 players because they have multiple town centers themselves. That's kind of the theory here going into this mid-game. So far, pretty smooth. The idea of just going up to castle age and dropping a TC is such a good way to pull ahead against someone, though. It's a very underrated way to actually win games. I could actually kill that eagle, but I'm gonna wait a little. Don't know. Castle age now for orange. Good job. Gotta wait at the last second. Now they're all getting castle age. So this is now the next scary moment for it. For the boom, they have good vision on me, so now I gotta somehow come up with something. I'm looking at that stone. I really want to get on that stone here for at least a defensive castle, and then I can decide what I want to go for. But I think the correct way to get on that stone is actually via a castle. Sorry, via a town center, excuse me. Which is it's quite greedy because now, you know, I'm going to be on 4 town centers. But I do want to protect that stone. No problem. That guy's castle age though. This could be a big problem actually. Yeah, this could be a really big problem. I need to go siege here. And I have to go monks as well. I'm gonna start with monks probably, because I anticipate A lot of knights potentially running in. Eagles, though. Those are pretty scary. Gotta survive a little. Gotta play a little bit of defense here. The Eagles make things very tricky, though. And he's Britain, so technically Manganos are not very good against him. That tower is quite annoying. Let me get Soundwatch. Let me get Soundwatch. Starting to panic. They're doing a really good job here. But I think their economy will be quite weak. Because there's quite a bit of army from every player that I see at the moment. Maybe a couple of them have strong armies though. Sorry, strong economies. Being allowed to take stone for free. That's a mistake on the archer player. The archer player should just sit right there and not let me take any resources for free. But of course, if they knew, you know, what to do at every stretch, then we wouldn't be playing against 5 of them, you know, at the end of the day. So mistakes like that, like positional mistakes, very, very normal. It's always funny to me. I mentioned this on a video before, but it's always funny to me when I'm playing against these 1v5s and whatnot. Sometimes the comments are extremely critical to the individual players on the enemy team. And all I can think of is like, brother, yeah, they didn't play perfectly. That's the whole point. That's the reason they have 5 players. You can't just sit here and start nitpicking at every single one of them, you know? I'm going to go for the castle here. It's extremely risky. But that seems like a good position. I don't really need it at the front. They're really respecting me, by the way. Like, I show them something and then they just back up immediately. Interesting. It's very cool, actually. Instead of going for some Gibetto, like, from where I stand, Gibetto destroys everything. Maybe the Briton Archer, no, but since that guy made army early, the Briton Archer player is actually not that strong. That's how it works. The more army you make early, the weaker you actually are, because you can't add as much economy. Yeah. No Bodkin, so those guys are like same range as regular Bodkin crossbows. He actually 1-for-1 by Maginot. Or 1-for-0 by Maginot. It's extremely impressive. Those guys are Frank Knights, so in theory he should be able to see me on Maginots. I lost all the knights, not horrible. I'm just saying, whatever happens in this game, these lads got me sweating. It's an impressive performance from them so far. I've been housed for about half an hour, I know. Ballistics. Rare town patrol, but I got it just because number one, I think it's good here, and number two, like I have a lot of extra res and I'm not even like using it, so might as well. Okay. This needs to be cast up right here. Let me go set that up for us. Can I out micro the slingers? I'm gonna start with some light cav and then eventually also get some other stuff going as well. It's not the best situation at all. That's the strongest player. He's playing well. I left them to do like to just fight, and it was not the right approach. I had to micro. I actually get a castle here. It's just super important. I could be overwhelmed completely here. When I get burned by him? Shit, I might need camels. Fully upgraded knights. I gotta get some raids in, I think. I'm not winning this game without raiding. I'm running low on gold spots as well. Let's raid the yellow player, why not? Petard's going in! What is that guy cooking? I love it. I'm having a blast. I can trap that castle. Nice. They're not on, like, none of them can play anti-cav because I open Gebettos. That's the idea here. Then my cav gets a lot stronger because I got that Gebetto switch set up. Now I gotta macro my ass off, right? That's very strong. Shit, I don't know if I can keep up with the 1v5 actually. I'm raiding a lot. They're all getting in. Shit. Green player's strong. I gotta get some counterplay. Let's raid this red player so he can't get help. Never mind, that's unraidable. Orange player can get raided a little. These camels have to head on green. Because that guy's got Savara. I need more camels. Sorry, more stables, excuse me. And more camels, everything. Nice. That player's dying hard now. Let's keep raiding. Green is having a lot of trouble with camels, and now I'm playing at such a fast pace that they can't communicate as well with each other. Okay. Okay, this is a little hard. Any elite better now, probably. The goth player is scary me if to raid him. That guy's also scary. I don't think I'm winning this still. It's really hard. Close game. The red's defeated, basically. No point of keeping that castle up. That does nothing for me. Let's look for more minerals elsewhere. I'm gonna do this for the relic. Go to the middle now. Oh. I need a lot of Giberos for this one. I'm gonna send these guys just to go snipe this castle randomly, or actually like on a really big quest here. Just go to the back of the map. I deleted. I didn't delete. I misclicked enter by accident. Nice. Let's take out green if I can. More gold, very good. Very good fight for me. I need another castle here. I'm gonna try to raid Purple's economy from the back. Yes, some units, the random unit, the random halves. I need to get Sigri here. Okay. Green's getting hits. Okay, he would kill my trebs, but it's chill. I'm gonna kill a good amount of his units and, you know, villas, DCs, all that good stuff. Get Sigri. Is that a mill? You can never tell with a million. Oh, from where, yellow? From where, brother man? I gotta go back with my camels. I can't go back with my Giberos though. Just gotta snipe the trebs realistically. It's good enough. Go raid. There's a lot of army doing nothing there. I'm getting overwhelmed. Not exactly pushing that fast either. Random guy in the back killing everything. Push down the corner. This is red. I can just kill his vills. It's not that strong. Okay, I have to run the Gabetto. And hopefully the Trebs as well. I can run away. It's a good find. Let's redo the Trebs here. Nice. Maybe I get 1-2 shots off, but probably not. Keep raiding. I'm gonna run these 3 away. Oh, they're quite decent against the paladins, these Gabettos though. Oh, they're very freaking strong. What the hell? That guy's only 8 range, but I still can't get that relic. Let's raid purple again. Orange, just a lot of vills. Nice, I killed the paladin. Raiding a lot of red there. BB bomber cannon's pretty good. More gold, not much there. Maybe some here. Oh, good reaction from red, because that's all he's doing. It makes sense. He's not doing anything else. That's actually macroing. I have really good resources though. Kind of everywhere if you think about it. God, I'm freaking tryharding into the KO3 finals right here. Yellow playing amazing, man. Like, just watching everything. What a beast. I'm super impressed by them. Super impressed. Another castle here just to stop the raids a bit. Not a bad trade. I guess I send gold units to clear me, so I don't even mind. It's not even a bad trade. Here we gotta just beat them with TCs and stuff. Yeah, yellow's playing crazy good. Definitely their MVP in my opinion. At least maybe oranges overall, but yellow like performing quite well. Let's go raid orange, speaking of. A lot of res, which is good, but the pop has always been the problem. It's continuing to be the problem here. DC drop now? He wants me to DC drop. He wants them to DC drop, sorry. That was the game plan going into it. It's a bit late for a TC drop, but hearing him say that, I think I was like, I gotta drop the 11. It gives me a lot of hope, to be fair. Makes me feel like they're not that strong. Kill Green's blacksmith so he doesn't forget, or so he maybe forgets about getting upgrades. We're getting good raids as well now. This is looking good. I'm actually gonna task one vill to kill this one, because red could actually be out of vills if I play this correctly. Potentially. Okay, nice. Let's move on from this area. Maybe target red's castle, though he's probably paying good attention to that. GG. Nice. That's insane. Insane 1v5. I feel like we played out of our minds for this one. I'm so happy with my performance. I'm not going to lie. I'm also very impressed with their performance. I think they played way better than I thought they would play, honestly. I thought I'd be able to get a relatively free boom and just stomp them with Giberos, running around sniping pounces and shit. But they got like good imp times, decent pressure as well. Well played to them. Seriously, I was very impressed. With a bit of practice, they for sure beat me in the 1v5 for sure. I don't even think they need that much, honestly. But nonetheless, super happy to take the win. Banger game. Seriously, I was everywhere at the same time, basically. I started to gain more confidence as we took out players. Like, as we killed Red, I felt like, okay, you know what? We can actually make this happen. And then my confidence was crushed when the Savar came in. And then my confidence came back again when we started crushing Green. So it was like, it's kind of a back and forth in terms of who I thought was going to win. At some point, I thought we were kind of dead. When I couldn't get the cast up on the left side, I was getting raided by everyone. I was almost overwhelmed. But the difference between like living and like dying is basically 10-20 Vil kills in that little window where I'm just getting imp and I'm getting all my upgrades. If I lose like 10-20 extra Vils, I could just be way too far behind that I can't come back. So they were so close to completely dominating me, but they weren't able to quite pin me down, and was able to kind of explode into that late game. And we actually won 200 pop versus 1,000 pop, which I'm pretty damn happy about. Again, taking out a couple of their players means it was more or less like 200 versus 600, but still a pretty nice performance there. I'm very happy about that. So yeah, I had to lock in. I don't know what my APM was, but I felt like I was playing pretty quick at some point. And I'm really happy to snag the win. GG, well played to my opponents, though. I think they did a fantastic job once again. The Demi family guys, remember the name. They'll be back next holiday season. There's the KD, about a 2-1 for me. Who did the best out of them? Green looking a little rough on the KD. That's probably the worst KD, but then again, I was kind of targeting Green a lot, so it's kind of hard to say like he was the reason why they weren't able to take good fights or something. I think he did a good job. Vil counts there never really got that much, pop in terms of economy, but in the end, this is the timeline. Well, that does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe once again. And if you guys want more content from me, check out the Twitch channel for the live streams. And if you guys want to carry games, play like me, or just get better at the game, check out my Patreon for all my exclusive guides and content. Tons of build loaders that are color coded, video examples and tutorials for every build, as well as tons of other exclusive content only on that platform. So check it out. Link in the description for both Patreon and Twitch. It's also a really good way to support me on either of those platforms. But with all that said, thanks for watching and have a good one. Peace out.